Everybody, good morning. It's Becky Bamboo. Is it morning? Yeah, I got 4 minutes left of morning, so I did okay. It's Becky Bamboo, and today is April 26, 2011. It's Tuesday. Most of you know I had a job interview, a phone screen this morning, and I wanted to do a video and share with you how it went. The morning call was amazing. This is a company that does dialysis. For those of you who don't know what dialysis is, it's treatment of like long-term renal disease where people's kidneys shut down and don't function. And in order to clear out toxins from the body, which is done via the kidneys, they filter out toxins through your urine. These people have to go on dialysis, which essentially you take, they have to have two needles put in their arm, and it pulls blood out of their body, and it cycles through this filter, and it clears the toxins out of the blood the exact same way that the kidneys would do it, and then it puts the blood back into their body. And unfortunately, it's a kind of a sad thing for these people because there's no other option for treatment of this aside from a kidney transplant. And anybody probably has some idea that transplant lists are long and very difficult to get an actual kidney donated and things along those lines. So it's quite sad for some of these people because it's a long process. They sit in this chair hooked up to this machine about 4 hours at a time. Most of them have to do it, multiple days a week, and it's just really sad for them. And you just don't have any choice in the matter. You have to come and do it, or else you're going to die. So anyway, it's doing dialysis, which I briefly worked for the same company back in 2006, so 5 years ago. I was only with them for a couple of months, and I was in a really bad place in my life. I had held on to the secret of my childhood sexual abuse my entire life until 2006. And I finally, it overcame me enough that I finally had to tell everybody. I had gotten to the point where I couldn't do anything and function. Strange men brushing up against me, like at the grocery store or at a restaurant, would send me into a flashback, and I was having awful night terrors where I was acting out and scaring the bejesus out of my poor husband, and lots and lots of bad things happening. And it finally just reached the point where I was no longer functioning in my life, and I knew I needed to have help. I needed to share it, and I needed to unload it and get treatment for all of the trauma and everything that it had caused in my life. And so in 2006, when I started with this company, I unloaded it, and I went to my manager and I unloaded it to her as well. And I said, as much as I want to be able to do this job, I cannot do it right now. I cannot do anything right now. I need treatment. I need help. I was very suicidal and just really, really depressed. And I was very open with her about it. And I said, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for hiring me. And, I'm sorry for wasting your time, and kind of went on my way. And she was amazing with me. She actually told me, take a week off, think about this, think about what you want to do, and if you really want to not work here anymore. And I took that week, and I decided treatment was of the utmost importance for me. I knew if I didn't do something, I was going to hurt myself, and I was probably going to die. And I recognized that, and so I gracefully as one can, resigned my position. And she at the time told me when I resigned that she was going to put a note in their system that I was eligible for rehire, and that she would be more than happy to rehire me in the future once I got myself straightened out and fixed up and all that stuff. Well, time passed, and I did get myself straightened out and fixed up, and I kind of just fell into the job that I had just finished doing for the last 3+ years. I knew I didn't want to go back into clinical work at that time, and I needed to work from home. That's what I needed. I needed something that was safe and secure, because I was very insecure with myself and with everything. And so my last job kind of came about at the right time for that. But so time has passed. 5 years has passed since I last worked in dialysis, and I really didn't know. I didn't know if this company would still consider me eligible for rehire. So I decided to go ahead and apply when there's a part-time position open here in town, and I thought, you know, it's close. If they could just get me interviewed and bring me in, I think that they would see that I'm worthy of their time. So I applied last week, and I actually had my phone screen today. The woman I spoke to, the recruiter, very, very nice, and this went so much better than my last phone screen did, which is a big plus, considering the last phone screen I got hung up on. It doesn't get, you don't go much further down than that, right? So we actually connected on kind of a personal level on multiple occasions, which was nice, and I think that boded really well for the interview. She somehow the topic came up of my old job, and I talked about the stresses of it and how I felt like the demands of the job were, you know, too great or whatever, and explained how after I had had surgery in June and came back to work, that I had worked overtime every single week until when I was let go, and how I felt like that was just too much. And she's like, that's insane. I've never heard of anybody doing like mandatory overtime for months and months and months like that. And I said, yeah, you know, it gets really tiring. And so anyway, she asked about my surgery. What did I have something done that would put a restriction on the kind of work that I can do in the future? And I said, no, kind of to the contrary. I had weight loss surgery, and you know, it's done nothing but improve my health, and I've lost 190 pounds. And she's like, oh my gosh. And I said, yeah. I said, you know, and I went from being a couch potato to I'm going to run my first 5K in 3 weeks. And she said, well, I'm a runner, so I can definitely appreciate that, the hard work and dedication it takes to be able to run a 5K. And so we kind of talked about running for a little bit. It's nice to connect with somebody on a personal level. It really, that helps so much in an interview, whether it be over the phone or whatever. So I connected really well with her, and she said, you know, I definitely think that we should pursue putting you in this position. So I'm going to send your information to the hiring manager, and when she contacts you, she'll probably want to set up for you to come in. And I said, okay. And she said it may be tomorrow when she gets to you, as long as if it gets to Thursday and you haven't heard anything, well, go ahead and give me a call back and I'll push things through. And I said, okay, great. And we parted ways. About a half hour later, I got a call from the hiring manager, which is kind of funny. She's right on top of things, I guess. I spoke with her and kind of did another phone interview. She asked me a lot of very similar questions, and I don't know if they do that on purpose, or I don't know. I don't get why they'd ask you the same stuff, but they did. And so we chatted for a while, and I'm going in Friday for a face-to-face interview. So things are really moving along quickly and in a very positive direction for this job. It is only part-time, which is kind of a bummer, but I am eligible for benefits with part-time job, which is awesome. And I also have the opportunity to pick up hours at other clinics once I get trained, which is also awesome because there's a lot of clinics around where I live. So even though it's not full-time, there's definitely the possibility of getting full-time hours with this company. And I'm really excited. And the actual recruiter told me that there was a note in the system from my old manager that said she left because of this reason, and I would definitely rehire her, and she should be eligible for employment with our company in the future. 5 years later, that's still there. How awesome is that? It really tells me that even though I was in a really dark and difficult place in my life, I did the right thing. I did the right thing for me in that moment. I was worried about myself, and I was getting help for myself, and somebody actually appreciated that for once. You know, it seems like most times when I would tell employers that I, had personal issues or whatever, that I got very little sympathy or empathy or anything. And this was the one opportunity that I had that I hated that I had to just walk away from, because I knew it might be my last opportunity in terms of nursing. And at the same time, I also recognized that if I didn't do this, I was going to die, that I was going to die. I just knew I would kill myself if I didn't tell people about what had happened to me, and if I didn't go and get extensive counseling and, attention, that it was going to get really ugly really fast. And, so I'm thankful for that now. And I think, thinking back to when I was hired at through the same company, my hiring process went exactly the same way. Phone screen, phone conversation with the manager. The manager brought me into the clinic, showed me around, showed me how the clinic functioned, gave me the opportunity to ask questions, actually had different members of the team from there sit down with me individually, gave me an opportunity to ask questions kind of off the record. How long have you worked here? Do you like it? What's good? What's bad? What's ugly? This is flowing exactly the same way. And I actually got hired the day that I went in for my interview with them. After talking to several people, I spent a good 2 hours at the clinic that day, kind of watching the flow of things and what was good, just kind of how things worked, so that I had some kind of idea of what I was getting myself into. Talking to the team members just to know if I even meshed personality-wise with them and if they meshed with me. And they all gave feedback to the manager and said, yes, this girl seems like definitely somebody we could get along with and stuff like that. I think this is going to go the exact same way. And when I left that day, I had a job. So hopefully Friday, April 29th, when I walk out that door, I'll have a job. I would be ecstatic if that happens. It's been since January since I've worked, and while the time off was very nice in the beginning, and I definitely think I needed a break from it, I needed to get out of that work I was doing. I'm beyond ready to get my foot back into the work life and the workforce. And the nice thing is that the last time I did dialysis, now dialysis, you work early in the mornings. Usually you have to be at the clinic at like 5:30. Every other place I've worked like that, it's like a 45-minute drive for me to get there. I got a 3.5-minute drive, probably not even that long to get to the clinic here. So that part is really, really nice. It's very convenient to me. And the recruiter told me that my salary requirement was totally doable, which is amazing because I asked for kind of a high salary. So I'm excited about that. So definitely working part-time at that salary is not going to be a bad thing for me. I'm going to be making more than I make on unemployment, which is awesome, and have a job and something to do 3 days a week. Yay! I'm all for that. It'll be about every other Saturday working. I'm okay with that. Whatever, we do what we have to do to survive. And I'm ready to have some shopping money because I tried on a pair of cute ass heels last night that I wanted to buy so bad and I couldn't because I'm broke. So anyway, I wanted to share it with you guys. Keep your fingers crossed, toes crossed for me moving into Friday. I'm going to try to look my very best and act my very best and land this job. I really, really, really need this job. And I think that it's a good thing. I think that they're bringing me in because they're having intention on putting me in there. So, most places don't want to bring you in for an interview if they don't have any interest in you. So I think that's a very positive thing for me. What else? Going to the gym tonight. Didn't go last night, but I was so whipped after swimming and running yesterday. Got to tell you guys, those two workouts, something about going from the land to the water. Whew, oh my God! Last night I thought I was like I just so whipped. I just felt like I had been put through the ringer. I was like, oh my God, I really kicked my own ass today. So yeah, that was kind of an interesting feeling, but. Good workout. So tonight I'm going to probably run and lift weights because I didn't do that yesterday. I was going to do weights in addition to the swimming and running, but I'm glad that I didn't because I was whipped after a 1.5-mile run and a mile swim. I was toast. So, it made me realize that a triathlon is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I mean, on paper, a 150-meter swim and a 7-mile bike ride and a 1.5-mile run don't sound too bad. But when you put them all together, it's a lot. I think that would be a lot. So the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show a body shot today. Just my little additional weight loss this last week, those 5 pounds. I'm wearing these size 16 jeans I showed you guys. I'm wearing them today because they fit more comfortably today. Amazing what 5 pounds can do, right? And I actually took measurements today. That's the other thing. I took measurements today, and from last month, I have lost an additional, I gotta find it, 12 inches. I think that's right. Yeah, 12 inches since last month. So lost an inch in my chest, like I need to lose any more in my freaking chest, you guys. Lost 1.5 in my waist, 4.5 out of my hips. Can you even get over that? 4.5 inches in my hips in a month. And 2.5 from each thigh. So the places that I've been dying for it to shrink is finally shrinking. My thighs and my hips. Those are the 2 areas that I've been just like thinking, please let my lower belly and my hips shrink. And they are! Hooray! So here's a little, I'll do as best I can to show you a body shot. I know you probably won't be able to see all the way to the floor, but, whatever. Let's see. So these are the jeans, and actually this is a shirt that Jennifer sent me. I think it's cute, right? It's got this skull on it, and it's all blingy. Oh, I just love it. So here's the side, and the back, the other side. My dog's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's so tired. And I'm wearing my blingy Torrid belt. How cute, right? I mean, I just feel cute today. And I wanted to comment. I got my phone in my pocket, but I always complain about how I hate my lower belly and I hate the way it looks and stuff. These low-rise jeans actually do a lot to conceal that, because instead of seeing like this huge section of it, you only see this tiny section of it, which is great. It's perfect for fat lower belly. I don't know why, but it works well. So that's me. See, this shirt is super cute. So cute. Oh, and here are my yellow box flip-flops I got on vacation. They're all sequincy and silver. Aren't they cute? So I'm wearing those because I'm all blingy today. But yeah, I feel fabulous sitting here in a size 16 pants. Are you kidding? Like, what is going on? I called my mom and I'm like, this is the greatest day ever. I've gotten 2 phone interviews. I have a regular face-to-face interview set up, and I'm sitting in size 16 pants. What is going on? My life is actually good. Today is a really good day. So, I guess the moral is to just stick to it. And if if I don't get this job, I don't get this job. I'm very excited about it. And of course, I'm going to be disappointed because it's a good opportunity, and I would hate if I can't land it. But if I don't, it's not meant to be. I just find it very intriguing to me. I talked about this this clinic, wanting to work at this particular clinic when I was still employed. When they first opened, I said to my husband, oh my gosh, I wish I could get a job there because it's so close to home. How awesome would that be? And here I sit, and I'm going to interview there now. So maybe God was listening and was guiding me in this direction all along. Keeping my fingers crossed that that's really what's going on. I know that whatever direction I'm supposed to go in, that's where He's going to take me. And if this is what it is, this is what it is. And I'm going to give it my all, whatever venture I end up going into. I'm going to give it my all. So that's it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? I've already lost track of the days of the week. How sad is that? So keep your fingers and toes crossed for me come Friday. There'll be a lot more videos between now and then, but this is a pretty exciting and big ordeal for me because, well, it's been a while since I had money. So love to everyone, and thank you for your support. Bye, guys.